What is up, Unleashed Strength viewers? I'm here with my cousin, G. Money Munoz.
Hi guys.
Tell me your real name.
Garrett Bryce Munoz.
And for those of you that don't know, I am a lot older than Garrett, so I remember when he was born, being at the hospital with him. I remember holding him in the hospital room, like this, right? And then his dad looks at me. He goes, "What should we name him?" And I go, "Garrett Bryce Munoz."
It's a true story.
So, yeah, that's where he got his name. It's just what popped in my head, right? Anyway, guys, check this out. Look where we're at. We're at Laguna Beach. We're headed to spend some time with family. But before that, I thought we would get the story out because Garrett, if you guys haven't seen before, actually has an awesome transformation in terms of his fitness journey, right? He started out, growing up playing sports, and he was a little chunky McChunkster. I shouldn't say that. I would edit that out of the video. But growing up, I guess, and tell me if this is fair to say. I guess growing up, would you say you struggled with self-image, not necessarily self-esteem, but like self-image in terms of how you looked, not like how you felt, but like in terms of how you looked. Like, were you happy with the way you looked?
Was this like you mean before, like getting the weight and stuff? Or what?
Yeah. Like when you were, I guess, when you were growing up and when we were in high school. Like, when would you say you were at your heaviest?
Probably my senior year of high school.
So senior year. So how tall are you?
I am 5'9".
5'9". Okay. And how much did you weigh?
At the time, I was 5'8", and I weighed about 180.
Okay, gotcha.
But
5'8", 180.
It wasn't good weight though. That's the problem. That's
okay.
Why.
So yeah, so his journey, if you haven't seen it, I'll actually post this before and after this. But it's super inspiring. It's super cool because like I said, obviously, growing up with him, I saw everything kind of unfold before my eyes. So he not only inspired a lot of people along the way to start their journey as well, he also inspired me, and he's still on his journey, kicking ass, still taking names, cashing checks, breaking necks, all that good stuff, right? So let me ask you this. So growing up, you were playing sports, you were doing athletics, you were playing baseball, you were playing football, right? Now, would you say, how were your eating habits growing up? Was it just, you just kind of eat whatever was put on the table kind of thing?
Yeah, I would say I pretty much ate what is ever there, but, my mom at the time would actually, give us the full, 3-course meal, like, had the protein, had the veggies, had the carbs, it wasn't anything bad.
The good stuff.
I just drank probably too much soda, but at the time
oh, yes.
But at the time, my metabolism was so fast that, like, I could probably eat whatever I wanted. Nothing would affect me.
That's true, because I remember we would go camping every year, and it never failed, because anywhere you saw Garrett, he would be drinking a Mountain Dew. He was addicted to... Okay, let me ask you this, because there's a lot of people out there who struggle with, let's say, like, soda addiction, sugar addiction in general, right?
Okay.
So, when you were the spokesmodel for Mountain Dew... I'm kidding you. Like, literally every time you see me have a Mountain Dew. How many Mountain Dews a day would you say you were drinking? Like back in the time where you were drinking soda all the time, how many a day would you say you were drinking?
I probably had about maybe 4 to 5 cans a day.
Holy smokes, dude.
I had a lot. Too much sugar, honestly.
That's insane. Wow. Okay, so you're drinking Mountain Dew. I guess your eating habits were okay, but it got to a point to where at your heaviest, it was your senior year, and you're about 180.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Now, at the time, now correct me if I'm wrong, but you went through a breakup. You were with a long-term girlfriend. I do remember that.
Yeah.
And then it seems like once you went through that breakup, you kind of sunk. I guess would you say if you kind of got in a rut?
I pretty much fell off of the earth, you could say.
Fell off the earth. Okay.
That's a better way to sum it up.
You're struggling with. Would you say you were struggling with depression at the time?
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay, so struggling with depression. Now, did you once you went through that breakup, were you exercising at all, or you just kind of stopped everything cold turkey?
I stopped everything. I wasn't really going to school at all. I mean, I was, but I just wasn't actually like putting myself out there for school. Like, I was failing classes. I was eating nothing but garbage. I played video games all the time. Like, it wasn't just the breakup though, like I had lost family too, that it helped affect, my situation even, more, which caused me to get even deeper. And so I think I was losing more like, I don't know, like satisfaction in like myself. Like, I was doubting myself a lot. I just wasn't happy at all with anything going on. I saw everything in my life as a negative. I didn't see like one thing that was positive for me.
And then, so on top of that, you know, battling with all the negative thoughts and all that self-doubt and whatnot, so you were eating like crap, you weren't exercising, right, which kind of makes it worse, right? Yeah. So all of that. Now, how long would you say you struggled with that, or how long would you say you were in that rut for?
It's probably like.
So you were what, 17, 18 at the time?
Yeah, about 17.
Okay.
Or I just turned 18 actually.
You just turned 18
after like we broke up and graduated and stuff too. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And then, so how long was a period where you just weren't exercising, you weren't taking care of your health, you were eating like crap? How long would you say that phase was?
It's probably like a year and a half to 2 years.
Year and a half to 2 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was just not doing anything in my life, you know.
Now, with that being said, let me ask you this, because I feel it's kind of like the tale that's told its time, right? Where everyone, no matter who it is, when they're struggling in terms of their health and they know they need to start exercising, or, you know, they know they need to take back control of their health, right? I feel everyone always kind of has like a moment. Like they have like a moment where it's either like an epiphany or something happens where they stop and they go, you know what? I got to start doing something, right? Now, and for some people, it's like they can remember like yesterday, or like they remembered that moment specifically, or maybe not necessarily a moment or like a day, like was there a time where after that year and a half, 2 years, where you just like, do you remember where you were, where you went into the gym for the first time, or you like made a decision to yourself? Like, what exactly happened in that moment? Like what was your thought process? What happened?
You mean like what changed my mind about everything?
Yeah, like what caused you to start exercising again, like to start eating right, to taking control of your health, you know, to focusing on you and really just to kind of get your life back on track? Like, what was there a moment? Like, did someone tell you something? Was it a culmination of things? Like, what exactly did it for you to start, you know, your fitness journey?
I want to say it was a combination of things. You know, I had friends, you know, trying to do their best to get me to get out of the house, you know, to hang out, you know, do something instead of stay home all the time. And same thing with my family. My family tried to get me to do a lot of things, and I think also a big part of it was like myself. You know, like I think I realized after 2 years, I was like, this is enough. You know, I gotta draw the line. You know, I gotta do something in my life. If I don't do something now, I'm probably never gonna get out of this hole that I'm in.
Right.
And so, I remember going to the gym with my buddy Paul for the first time after 2 years. You know, graduating and whatnot, and it was miserable. I'm not gonna lie, it sucked because I was so weak. Was not happy at all, but I kept going. I'd even do like 2 days and stuff, but I was working out probably like 5 to 6 days a week.
Okay.
So
then you started, and in the start, okay, so at first it was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's, no matter who you are, you're always going to experience that. Like, if you can get through that first, month or two, you're going to be fine, right? But once you got through that difficult phase, like, what kept you going? Was it just you seeing results? Was it, were you getting compliments from people? Were your clothes fitting better? Did you have more energy? Did you feel better about yourself when you looked in the mirror? Like, what kept you going? Because I know for a lot of people, a lot of people will start and then will just stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like they just can't get through that hump, if you will, right? But for you, like, what kept you going?
Once again, it was kind of like a combination of things. Like I started seeing results, which kind of like fueled the jet even more. Like I wanted to keep working out because I wanted to keep working on my body, changing this, changing that. And so I did actually have a total lot of more energy from getting better sleep, even from eating better. I felt healthier, I felt happier, I felt more positive.
Did you stop drinking the Mountain Dew?
I did actually. When I first started dieting, I actually cut out sugars for 6 months straight. So I had no sugars at all. So I was just eating nothing but veggies, healthy carbs, and then a lot of proteins and healthy fats. So I was doing a lot. I changed a lot, that's for sure.
I do. You were like, it was like he was Steve Rogers, where he was like super little and like weak and all that, and then he went in that machine, and then he came out, and then he was like Captain America. That was kind of like his transformation. And actually, dude, I do remember because for a while growing up, before we moved out to California, I would only really see you once a year, right?
Yeah.
I only see you once a year, and it would be during summer, right? And then so I remember it was the summer of 2014. Was it 2014? No. It would have been summer of 2013. Because the year before, that's correct. It was the summer of 2013. Because the year before, you were still in that rut.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, because you graduated 2011 from high school, right?
Yeah.
In 2012, you're still in that rut, okay? And then I remember the following year, dude, you went through this crazy transformation. Like, I saw him, dude, you were shredded to the gills. I couldn't believe it. How much weight did you drop?
I went from 180 to 152 in body weight.
152 in body weight.
And I was probably, like, I'm just guessing, but I had to have been close to, like, low 6% body fat.
Okay.
I
Because I
hardly had
remember
any
that.
fat, yeah.
You didn't have any fat in you. I couldn't believe it, dude. It was insane. And you said you mentioned being weak when you, well, I guess weaker when you first started, but
Yeah.
that's not the case. This guy is like 10 times stronger than me now. Technically, he's stronger than me because pound for pound body weight, he is stronger than me. So yeah, you know, you come a long way. Okay, so it was, okay, yeah, that summer is when you had that big transformation. And then from there, you just really, I mean, has there been a time where you stopped working out since then, since you really started, or you've pretty much been consistent ever since?
I've been pretty much consistent, you know, ever since. Just because it kind of became like a slight obsession for me, like working out. I felt like if I didn't get my workout in for the day, that I wasn't doing anything with my day. So I just feel like working out just makes your day a whole lot better anyways. You know, it gives you that fire, it gives you that energy. You know, just gives you those positive thoughts about the day. So, yeah, I've never stopped.
And is it also too, is there like in back of your mind, like, and I don't know, I could be totally wrong, but is it kind of like, if you were to stop, like the fear of going back to that place you once were, does that have anything to do with it? Or is it just the fact that you just made it so part of your daily routine and just, you know, it's so habitual that you just stick with it? Or
I think it's a bit of both, you know.
Yeah.
Just because I am scared, you know, I don't want to, you know, lose what I've been doing this whole time. But also, too, it's become such a part of my routine that sometimes I don't even think about it. I'm just in the gym working out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a black eye. I don't even remember going.
Reminds me of that scene from Will Ferrell where he's on the debate team from Old School. Do you remember?
Oh my God, it's been a while since I've seen that.
And then he like blurts out like some articulate like answer and like wins on the debate. And then he goes, guys, what happened? I blacked out. He's like, I blacked out, right? Like almost like, oh, it was hilarious. Anyway, but okay. Now, you started working out because you moved to Cali in, was it 2014?
Yeah, it was 2014.
And you started working out with me and Manny.
Yep.
Now, what kind of influence did I have? I mean, but seriously, like, did me and Manny, in terms of, you know, and you being around the people at Unleash and all that, like, would you say that's also played, you know, a big role in terms of, you know, just helping you along the journey? Obviously, you did it on your own, dude. Like, that's you started on your own, man. You kind of pulled yourself out of that rut, which I'm super proud of you for, because that's very tough for a lot of people to do. But would you say that me and Manny helped you along the way?
I would say, yeah. I just think, like, you know, Trevor's, you know, always been a pretty good positive influence on me, you know, especially when it comes to a lot of deep stuff on my mind, you know, my thought. And Manny's the same way too, you know, as soon as I got to know him, you know, just like Trevor. So these guys have, you know, I just think positive role models. I'm happy to go in every single time because, like I said, if I ever have problems, like, these guys will listen to me, you know, they give me thoughts about things, or, you know, try to help me figure situations out that I don't know. And so, like, they're kind of like, you know, brothers to me. But these guys have definitely been a big positive influence on me, just because you kind of want to surround yourself, you know, with positive people because you're trying to be positive yourself. So
thank you, bro. I
would
appreciate
say,
that.
yeah.
And you know what? That's a good point, because that's true. It's like if you're gonna start working out again, you have to surround yourself with like-minded people who, you know, prioritize and value their health too. I mean, you can't, like, even though you started by yourself, like you said, you still had buddies that you would go to the gym with. You know, you'd still have a team, or you still have, you know, a camaraderie. Right, that's super important. Like imagine if, you know, I didn't work out or Manny didn't work out. I mean, we'd probably hang out a lot less, right?
Wouldn't need these guys.
Exactly, yeah. You wouldn't be calling me, right? So it's good though, man. Yeah, people also too, once you start your fitness journey, that is super important. You want to surround yourself with a bunch of people that are on that same journey, on that same path, you know, working towards the same goals, right? Like-minded people that you can lean on in terms of support, right? Because there's days where I don't feel like working out. He comes in, he pushes me, right? But mostly it's me pushing him to the limit.
That's not a true story.
I'm just kidding. No, he pushes me, most definitely. We actually did some push-ups today, and this guy crushed me. We ended with like 200 push-ups at the end, and I think you beat me by like 5 minutes getting to 200, right?
It's more like 15 minutes.
Okay, 15, whatever. Damn you. Anyway, but yeah, so that's super important. Yeah, for anyone that you know, what not only in fitness but just in terms of life, you gotta be surrounded by positivity. So no, that's a big plus. So let me ask you this: for the person watching this, you know, that is struggling with their health and knows they need to make a decision, knows they need to get off the couch, knows they need to start eating better and start exercising, but just they're not doing it. What would you say to that person to either get them motivated or to help them and encourage them to just start?
I'd say probably the biggest thing to do in moments like that is probably like talk to some like family and peers, like be vulnerable for a moment. Just even though you're not gonna like the the responses you get probably, but there's things you have to hear, like things you have to be able to absorb and take in and take a second to realize, wow, like these people are right, like I gotta take a step back and think about my health for a minute, because I want to be around for a while, see my kids and see my grandkids and whatnot. So I say, yeah, talk to family.
That's a good point. And not only, also too, I agree 100%, yeah, with family, but what, like you said, your peers too, or even co-workers, right? Anyone that you trust and that knows that loves you and has your best interests at heart, because they're going to be transparent with you and honest with you, and not necessarily tell you what you want to hear, but tell you what you need to hear. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, so I think that's good point, brother. I love that. So, hey, thanks for sharing, man.
Got you.
I love you, bro. I'm proud of you. Seriously, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. You gotta keep the Munoz bloodline strong. All right, that's our goal.
It's always strong.
So we're gonna end real quick, guys, with some rapid fire questions. So let's see. Here, get your text real quick.
I got you, dude.
I usually do this at the end of every live video or every video I do with someone and for like a testimonial. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. 60 seconds. Favorite superhero?
Captain America.
Last thing you ate?
Wobble Girl.
Spirit animal?
Wolf.
Color of your toothbrush?
White.
Liar. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Cute, handsome, and amazing.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Favorite movie quote?
Let the good times roll.
What movie is that from?
I don't know.
First word that pops in your head?
Love.
Favorite song?
Oh, crap. Weekend. Crap. Starboy by the Weekend.
All right.
I can't.
Not bad.
That's hard.
Besides me, who's your biggest inspiration?
My dad, actually.
Nice. Uncle Ron. Good man. Favorite quote? Just for life. For life.
Always have faith.
Favorite workout?
Bench press.
Dude, we're on the money. 60 seconds. Hold on.
Yes!
Yeah! Booyah! Okay, guys, that's a wrap. Garrett, once again, thank you so much for sharing your story. I think you're going to inspire a lot of people. With that said, if you are struggling with your health and you need to start an exercise program, you need camaraderie, you need positive people in your life, you need to learn how to eat right and do all those things, then come into Unleashed Straight Gym for a free week. Feel free to come try us out, see if it's a good fit. Also, you can visit our website at unleashedstraight.com. You could also check us out on Yelp and Google, see what people are saying about us. And also, if you have a Facebook or if you're on social media, you can visit our Instagram page, go like our fan page on Facebook, right? You could always message us there with any questions you have. But just know, we're here for you, and we're here to help you reach any goals that you have. So with that said, we're out of here. We're gonna enjoy this view. Then we're gonna get into some, I don't know. We're gonna have fun though. Love you guys. We'll see you later.
See you guys.